King and Queen of the Ring is right around the corner, and I'm actually hyped. As someone who started watching wrestling in the late 2000s, I kind of miss what all the hype was about when it came to King of the Ring. They stopped having it take place on pay-per-views, so it was always relegated to either TV matches, a random B pay-per-view, or a WWE Network special one time. I missed peak King of the Ring, but the way Raw's matches started, I think we might be back in the peak, or maybe the best it's ever been. We'll have to find that out later, but for now, let's look at the Kings of the Ring that did not seem to work out lately. I'm King Ace from Shockwave Sports, and here are some of the worst Kings of the Ring of all time. I think the downfall of King of the Ring truly started with Billy Gunn winning it, sadly. Yes, Ken Shamrock also randomly won the year before in 1998, but at least an MMA-type character winning on a night where you have to fight multiple people made a lot of sense. But back to 99. Don't get me wrong, I am a very big fan of Billy Gunn, but this never worked. This was around the time Stone Cold and Triple H were fighting for the WWE title, and both were former King of the Ring winners, so it almost was like King of the Ring was an unofficial main event push you were gonna get at some point if you won it. But not this time. Billy Gunn randomly wins it, feuds with The Rock. The Rock says the famous "My Name's Billy" promo, and the potential main event Billy Gunn push was a thing of the past. So after all that, we actually had some solid winners like Kurt Angle, Edge, and Brock Lesnar. All would later become world champions after winning it. But then the pay-per-view got Thanos snapped in 2002, and there was no King of the Ring for 4 years. But then in 2006, Booker T wins and becomes King Booker. This gimmick could have been real bad for Booker T, but it actually rejuvenated the character, and he captured another world title in his career as King. So overall, I can't say it was one of the worst, but I think it could have lasted longer than what it was. Now in 2008, the general manager of Raw at the time, William Regal, wins King of the Ring. Man, this could have been the greatest King of the Ring of all time. There were rumored plans where Regal was going to win the WWE title as King and become the quote-unquote most powerful man on Raw, being a GM, a king, and a world champion. This dude was legit one of the most wild heels we have ever seen. He cut the feed off of a Raw episode because he said fans didn't deserve to see the main event. I remember watching, being shook up, and I had no idea if Triple H or Randy Orton was the WWE champion. But the gimmick was cut short, and it only lasted a little bit. Mr. Kennedy got Regal kayfabe fired, and that was pretty much it. But here we go. This is some of the wackest winners. Sheamus wins it in 2010, even though he was already a former WWE champion. So this really didn't establish him. He was already one of the top guys on the roster. He did nothing of note. I just remember his silly costume more than anything. We had to wait 5 years for our next King of the Ring, and the finals of it occurred on a WWE Network special. You guys remember the WWE Network? I miss it so much. We didn't know what we had. But anyway, Bad News Barrett was the winner, and yeah, he was not great with this gimmick. Not his fault. Once again, I am a huge Wade Barrett fan, but he lost a lot of matches and then had the League of Nations factions, one of the worst groups in wrestling history. So yeah, this one really didn't hit. And oh man, this one. The matches for this tournament was announced, and fans unfortunately could have pretty much predicted it was going to be Baron Corbin. Man already retired Kurt Angle that year. Did he also need to do that to Chad Gable like that in the tournament? It was just once again not great booking. The Roman Reigns dog food angle was during this, and then it finally led to some comedy gold when he became Bum Corbin and tried stealing the Money in the Bank briefcase. But then that led to Happy Corgan. Ugh. The last King of the Ring was a wholesome pick in Xavier Woods. I'm glad he won it. Was it just something for Roman Reigns to feud with for a while? Yeah. But it made for some interesting angles on SmackDown. Kofi and Big E were always set to be main eventers, but I'm glad Woods got to do a cool thing on his own. So with all that being said, this is why me and a lot of people watching the past 20 years haven't really cared about King of the Ring. It usually doesn't help a push, and it usually comes with an underwhelming King gimmick. Will this year change that though? Well, this lineup is really solid, and as of this recording, Sheamus and Gunther just had a fantastic Raw main event, so time will tell if WWE can capture the magic King of the Ring once had. Hey, maybe they will make it better. Let's make this the best King of the Ring tournament possible. If any era can do it, it's the Triple H era. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know who your favorite and least favorite Kings of the Ring are. Check out our WWE 2K24 Create a Wrestler series on the channel. It is the #1 destination for your call. See you all in the next video.